All right, 20 questions. I'm thinking of an animal.
Okay.
Go.
What color is it?
It's yes or no questions only.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Is it in the tiger, lion, or hippopotamus category?
Those are two different categories in of themselves.
I don't care. There's three of them, and I'm asking if it's an animal. What?
All across America, there are hidden gem towns full of amazing attractions.
It takes a lot of effort to go through a supernova and the complete crumbleization of your empire. Out of universe, the studio had struck a deal with the studio had struck a deal with AMT Models, who created their Klingon D7 battlecruiser. Most possibly that when it came around to the Enterprise incident, the Romulans had 3 Klingon battlecruisers, or if we go with the remastered version, it's 2 and a CGI bird of prey, in order to basically do well on this deal with AMT and get as much as they can for free. However, if we go back to Balance of Terror, they couldn't actually have reused the Romulan prop at all. As it goes, the prop disappeared almost immediately after filming. Whether it was lost, destroyed, or made its way to a private collector, no one really knows. There is one final explanation, which was actually given by Chang himself. Chang, who created numerous other miniatures for Star Trek the Original Series, never received on-screen credit due to ongoing legal issues between himself and prop makers' unions. Now that much we know is true. Chang himself reportedly told National Public Radio in 1982 that he became so frustrated with this that he took a sledgehammer to the Romulan bird of prey model. Now, that can't be verified, but it's a very Romulan thing to do. That's everything for our list, folks. What did you think? How many of these things blew your Romulan mind? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much to Jack Kiley in particular, who put a lot of effort into the research of this article. You can check out that article over on whatculture.com. You can follow Jack, myself, and Trek Culture on all of the various socials. Just type in our names. You'll find us. You're awesome. You are wonderful. In a ironically non-Romulan but very Vulcan parting, make sure that you live long and prosper. You are wonderful. You are unique. And hey, don't tell anyone. But you deserve happiness. So treat yourself kindly. See you soon.
In the February 2023 issue of SFX magazine, Star Trek Picard showrunner Terry Matalas was interviewed about the third and final season of the show, which he had called game-changing. Asked to clarify this tantalizing statement, he noted that there is definitely a major event in the Star Trek universe, but not in a way that undoes it, but it will feel like an event in Star Trek history. For instance, in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, you know what I mean? That would be a moment in Star Trek history that everyone would remember, and that's certainly true here. The final cruise of the original crew began with an explosion so large it redefined historic boundaries and relations with formerly implacable foes. In that sense, for what is to be the final outing for Star Trek Picard with another crew, we could prognosticate until the cows come home about potential turning points. In any case, I guess we'll find out soon. Along with the Praxis ignition point of Star Trek VI, Matalas' comments got us thinking about other such pivotal moments in the franchise's history. What was the galactic state of play before, and how did things change afterwards? There is certainly no shortage of such momentous events, and so with that in mind, I'm Ellie with Trek Culture, here with 10 events that changed Star Trek forever. Number 10. Romulans revealed. On screen, we first saw the Romulans in the original series episode Balance of Terror. Created by writer Paul Schneider, the species already had a mythic status for the characters. No one from Starfleet had heard a whisper from the enigmatic enemy since the Earth-Romulan War more than a century prior, and after which the Romulan neutral zone was established. In point of fact, and this despite some 4 years of conflict in the 22nd century, no one had even seen the face of a Romulan and lived to tell the tale. Quite a shock for Spock then, when the view screen flickered on and the Romulan commander looked an awful lot like him. Not only did this auricular revelation radically alter interstellar politics for the next 150-odd years, and even well into the 32nd century, we also found out fairly recently just how crucial Kirk's presence on the Enterprise was when meeting that bird of prey in 2266. In an alternate timeline where Captain Christopher Pike had dodged his destiny and was in command of the Enterprise instead, his less guns ablazing approach had end-of-the-world type consequences. A war with the Romulans that killed millions. Also, with Spock horrifically injured in that timeline, any hopes for reunification and lasting peace was scuppered indefinitely. Not even alternate future Pike's monster maroons could make up for that. Number 9. The Treaty of Algernon. It's either the biggest mistake the Federation ever made if you're Team Pressman, or the finest bit of diplomacy in decades if you're Team Picard. If your team's stuck in the middle Riker though, just head down to the holodeck and play the role of a certain historical chef / poor man's ship's counselor. You'll be spilling the beans perhaps literally in no time. A peace agreement signed in 2311, the Treaty of Algernon redefined Federation relations with the Romulan Star Empire. It further codified the terms and delimitations of the Romulan neutral zone, making any flagrant trespass by either party an act of war. Furthermore, it forbade the Federation from developing or using cloaking technology. The whole Pegasus debacle / cover-up stemmed from Admiral Pressman and others at Starfleet's refusal to accept this latter part of the deal, considering Starfleet's lack of cloaking technology a major tactical weakness. Treaty ratified, the Romulans practically disappeared, as had